18. So, yeah, 19.
So that makes this 19.
That would make it 19. Everybody ready?
Episode 5.
I don't even know what to say. It's been so long. Episode 18.
19.
19.
Oh my gosh, we just went through it for like 5 minutes. Episode 19, how to ski it.
Welcome to the summer episode.
Yeah, it's so weird to talk about skiing. We did take most of the summer off. We started our new podcast, 500 Cats. It's been super successful.
I'm surprised how few of our friends have found it so far. Like it's blowing up, but I haven't heard any of our friends talking about it yet.
Far more successful than how to ski it.
Yeah, it's wild.
Anyway, we've got Marcus, Dave, Mel, Ryan, Dylan.
Yo.
We're in our new studio that we all have ISO booths, so you shouldn't hear the dogs barking.
That's right.
Yeah. We don't have line of sight anymore, but that's all right. That's overrated.
So let's start and talk about skiing. And I'm kind of surprised living in Colorado that when May and June hit, skiing goes away. Like I know A-Basin was open for a little bit in June, but
Yeah.
as far as the news cycle, as far as how much you think about it, it's non-existent for the most part.
Right.
Like people are mountain biking and doing other things. And there isn't a ton of news to talk about, in my opinion. But the one thing that happened a couple months ago is several months ago, Alterra bought Arapahoe Basin, and everybody just said, the sky is falling. This is the end of Arapahoe Basin. They're going to tear it down and turn it into a strip mine. And instead, they came out with, here's what you get with your Icon Pass at Arapahoe Basin, and it's unchanged. So the sky didn't fall. Arapahoe Basin didn't get torn down. It's not a strip mine. It's unchanged.
Strip mall.
Strip mine.
Okay.
You know, like up near Leadville where they just take the whole side of the mountain out.
Got it.
And it's unchanged. You get 5 days.
7.
7.
With the Icon Pass, you get 7. The base and all the other Icon ones, you get 5.
And so I think so often we get caught up in the news cycle and people say, this happened, this person bought this company sold to this prices are going up, blah, 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 blah. And in the end, at least this year, it's unchanged.
Yeah, but next year it's going to be terrible for all of us. The sky's on fire, strip mining everywhere.
I agree with that.
You heard it here first.
And strip malls.
I agree. I think next year, they're experts at PR.
Biding their time, yeah.
And then next year, it's going to be different. So I assume everybody has gotten their ski pass and ski passes.
I haven't.
Negative.
No, have not.
But I did get new skis.
You did get new skis.
We can talk about that later. But no, I
No, let's
bought
talk
a
about
ski
it
pass.
now. You wouldn't. Yeah, I haven't bought mine either. And it's funny. I won't mention our customer that we were working on a marketing video for them, and they feel like a lot of their customers are on the fence, and we're like, that's ridiculous. But just as I heard my say, I haven't bought my ski pass. It's because I'm not on the fence, and I'm gonna buy my ski pass, but I just haven't. And it just occurred to me,
Oh, wait, maybe everyone's doing that.
maybe we're wrong, and I think we might be wrong, and people are on the fence. But I'm not on the fence.
Right. I'm going to buy it.
Unless I lose a leg or something, there's zero chance that I'm not.
Do we just turn into backcountry skiers?
No,
Those guys?
I love that stuff, but no.
If I lose a leg, then well, I said if I lose a leg, I didn't say I'm going to go out and lose a leg.
Then I'm still skiing.
I'm still skiing. I'm just going to figure out how to do it with one leg.
So here's a question I have real quick about the pass cost. At this point, how much have we lost by waiting past like the entry?
100, 150 bucks?
It's more like 400.
Is it 400?
No.
It's not 400.
The Icon Pass is up to $1,350, and you were able to get it for like $9.99.
No, it was like 1,100 at the beginning of the year.
Well, then
Am I
you
crazy?
get the $100 off because you had it last
You still
year.
get $100 off now.
No.
We got to figure this
Really?
out.
Really?
Well, I'm gonna go check. I don't believe him.
All right.
Ryan's eyes got so big. There's like a no. I am right and you are wrong.
I did my homework before this episode. There's a whole note about it.
I can't stop thinking about that. I told our customer they were wrong, that people aren't on the fence, when now I think they were right. So Marcus went to Breckenridge on summer vacation. It didn't sound like a great place to go.
It was
for a
awesome.
summer vacation. But then he stumbles into RMU,
Yep.
which I think make the best skis around personally, although I don't ski on them right now. And you bought another pair of skis.
I did. So we're in Breck for summer. Never skied in Breck at all, but we're there with my wife and her family, and Breckenridge is awesome. I know RMU's there. That's the kind of skis that I bought off a Facebook Marketplace that I love so much. So I was like, I have to make a pilgrimage to RMU. They have a bar there. So I take my brother and brother-in-law, and we go down there, and we're drinking a bit, and then go upstairs to the store, and they have like all their pre-owned skis are 50% off. And I was like, oh man, I want to buy a pair, but talked myself out of it. Cause like, okay, $425 for a pre-owned skis. That's too much. And so then we go back downstairs, drinking a little more. And then the bartender is like, oh yeah, I can't believe we're selling brand new skis for 50% off. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, yeah, upstairs, the brand new ones are 50% off. I was like, I'll be right back. I walk back upstairs, and sure enough, I just saw the pre-owned ones, or the rentals that they were selling half off, but they also had the brand new ones, the previous year model, 50% off, and they happened to have the exact same Apostle 106, 178 millimeter, exact same model of ski that I have. Centimeter. No, they're millimeters. They're half size. It's great. But they happen to have the exact same skis that I currently have, just the last year's model, brand new, unmounted. So I bought them.
Why? Like, no offense, but do you need two of the exact same skis?
Yes, I do.
Two. Okay.
One's now my rock skis.
Yeah. Which ones are the rock skis
The ones that are currently mounted.
that have no scratches on them yet?
Yep, correct.
Everyone,
You know what? You looking at your $14,000 S-Works.
I don't have a $14,000 S-Works.
No, I said you keep looking at them.
Oh, right.
The new S-Works that they had at the Olympics.
50th anniversary. Yeah. Yeah. But we're talking about skis. That we talked about the S-Works 50th anniversary edition on 500 Cats.
Yeah. But yeah, I bought a brand new pair of skis, the exact same model. I'm happy with it because now I don't know, it's just even more longevity.
This is the time of year, if you need ski equipment, to start looking. In about a month, the beginning of September or Labor Day is when you start seeing the ski sales start. And that's when they're trying to make room for new models and stuff like that. But right now, before that, is a great time to look for skis. We won't rehash old stuff. I think skis are meant to be bought on eBay and Facebook Marketplace because skis don't come with a warranty. And so you can go pay full price at your favorite ski shop, but anything that happens to them is as if you bought them on the black market. So you might as well to save money. And I'm looking for a pair of skis, but I'm looking to replace last year's skis, which is K2 Mindbender 98s is what I skied on most of the season.
Do you want me to see what REI has those on sale for?
Personally, I don't shop at REI any longer, but that's only because I made the mistake of paying full price for skis there once. We won't talk about that on any more than 10 episodes.
I'm good on skis. I got new boots the other year. I got plenty of skis. I'm going to be all right. No new skis for me this year.
Y'all are probably going to hate me for this, but I'm pretty good on skis. I'm going to ride those for a while. If I update anything, it's probably my snowboard.
Ugh.
Because I do both. It's great.
I am impressed that you do both, but yeah, I don't.
Dylan, do you think we're going to get Kate on the slopes this year?
That's definitely the goal. Yeah.
I wonder, I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast. Did we talk about the insurrection? That about half of the company skis and then the other half of the company doesn't ski. And so the half of the company that skis goes skiing and the other half of the company got upset because they were like, where's my slice? And we're like, it's up on the slope where our slice is. And they were like, well, I don't ski. Is it cool if I just go take the day off? And we were like, no. And then there was an insurrection. Did we already talk about this? Everyone's looking at me like, why are you bringing this up?
I don't think we talked about it. I think we
haven't, and I feel like it's a good thing to talk about. Some other people in this area, other companies might be going through the same thing. Winter is the time for skiing.
Wait. And just to be super clear, everyone is invited.
Correct.
You. In fact, I'll even pay for your first lift ticket if you want to come up and give it a shot.
If you work here,
You're
being kind of vague.
throwing out the tickets.
Yeah, and maybe that's what we need to do is just get out in front of this. I'm looking over at John Michelle, who's in the studio for some reason, and I don't think he has a ski pass. He wasn't really part of the insurrection last year. A lot of the insurrection is
Gone.
Yeah, I think it's all gone.
So that, and again,
And just to be clear, this is work. Like, we're doing a podcast now. If we don't go ski, what do we have to talk about on the work podcast?
yeah, and I approved time cards today, and a couple of the guys on this podcast had time cards just shy of, I'm not even going to say it, a lot more than you work.
Then I work?
No, the people that are listening
Yeah.
to 500 Cats.
Oh,
Work hard, play hard.
I saw a funny thing the other day. This is going to sound awful.
don't say it.
Say it.
Yeah, no, it went, let me think if I can get this right. And I think it definitely isn't. If you don't want to pay attention to the price things cost, you can't pay attention to the hours you work.
That makes sense, I think.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of brutal, but it's true.
Sorry, would you say that again?
If you don't want to have to pay attention to the price of things that the price of things, you can't pay attention to the hours you work.
Yep.
But if you don't pay attention to the hours you work, you don't have to pay attention to the price of things. Obviously, there's a limit to that. Like
right.
we went through on 500 Cats, the S-Works 50th anniversary edition is a $14,000 bike. So we bike a lot. Everybody here has biked a lot. Like it does replace skiing. I wish I was as good of a mountain biker as I think I am as a skier.
Dude, I wish I was half as good a mountain biker as I was.
Yeah.
I wish I was half as good of a mountain biker as I am a skier.
I think I've biked more than I skied this season.
You definitely
Which
bike.
is sad. Yeah.
You've been a good roving aid station for Izzy. So that's most of your
Yeah.
biking miles.
And I'm a good Peloton leader.
Izzy's Ryan's partner.
Roommate.
And did she get it? Is she getting a ski pass?
Yeah, she already got hers. She's way ahead of us.
What did she get?
She got the icon.
Nice.
Nice.
I also got to say, I'm so angry. I'm so angry that I have to admit this. Ryan's right. There's not a discount for previous year pass holders. So mad I have to admit that.
We missed the cutoff.
It's coming
on that.
back.
I actually am on the checkout page.
Yeah, I just went
I was
all the way
like,
through.
I couldn't find the article I read earlier, and I was like, I'm just gonna go right to the
So just to be clear then,
$13.59.
there was a renewal discount when it was first, I looked this up. It was first put on sale for March 14th this year. And there was, in fact, a renewal discount. So there's currently no longer.
There is currently no longer a renewal discount.
Got it.
I'm going to make him sweat it on past sales and sit
Same.
on the fence.
Until that
November.
comes back, until the renewal discount comes back.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
not
my motivation? They're not going to sell out.
So for the record, the end of that little research I have done is that the pass, without the renewal discount, was originally offered for $12.49. So it's gone up $100
You know what?
But it would have been $11.49.
with the discount. But comparing apples to apples,
Oh, well, yeah.
Skiing is expensive.
Yeah, I was wrong. It wasn't. I thought it was $9.99 for some reason. It was not. It was $1,200, and then with the $100 off, you would have paid $1,100. And now it's $1,350. I will say, the other pass, Epic Pass, is $1,000. That's it.
are you doing two again?
No.
I know. I was wondering
hurt.
if Dave is doing two again.
I definitely am. I mean, I beat this horse to death last year, but my 7 days at Vail, covered my pass. North America was in chaos of lack of snow, and I was skiing powder at Vail. I mean, it is what it is.
No,
So should we all go epic this year?
Here's why that won't work.
I just can't ditch Eldora.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eldora weekday pass and epic.
Yeah, Izzy like got the
that's
Keystone
right.
pass
Izzy
last
already
year,
bought
and
it.
no one could ski
Yeah, I
with
can't
her.
do
And
that.
then I had to buy an epic pass so I could ski with her. And the Keystone was great. I'd never been there, and I did love it. So you know what? If I win a scratch off or something, maybe I'll buy both.
You win a scratch off, you're buying all of us one.
But speaking of snow, Dave, you brought up it was kind of a wishy-washy year for snow. Apparently, according to Ski Magazine, La Nina is predicted for this winter, which is going to bring a lot of moisture to the cold areas. Hold on, Chicky T has something to say? I thought... Oh.
He's trying to bite the microphone.
What did I say about dogs in the studio?
I'm in my own ISO pod, so I think I can have my dog in here.
La Nina.
Some others, La Nina, man, and I know it's a controversial statement, but climate change and global warming, it's been hot this summer. What that means for skiing might mean more snow. I don't know. It's not like it's going to be so hot that it's not going to snow, but it's been hot this summer. I was in Utah last weekend, and it was 109, and it was unpleasant even at Lake Powell. The only place you could stay cool was in the 85-degree water, which was really warm. And the fish don't bite when it's 85 degrees in the water. So,
yeah, who knows? I mean, they predict stuff like that every year. Kind of just wait it out and see. We'll know what I always see like the first couple snowfalls,
and we have to work until mid-December. I know. Yeah, and I'm hoping that the season can get going for Thanksgiving because there's some time around Thanksgiving, and the ski season's open for me when you can ski top to bottom at like Copper Mountain, or Vail. But I don't appreciate when just the front side of Eldora is open. It's not enough to get me up there.
Yeah.
And we'll give you some tips on getting fit for ski season, but going early and going often is without a doubt the best way to get fit and ease into it. Waiting till January and then going and skiing.
You've been doing a lot of jump rope, right? Jump rope and hopscotch to get ready?
I haven't. I'm the least fit I've been, except for biking. I'm like bike fit, but that's it. Like I walk to get on my bike and walk back. So, some other news that I know we touched on, and I think my lovely wife is going to want to hit on this subject. We talked about the lift accident in Crested Butte, and it went all the way to the state Supreme Court of, and this is going to oversimplify it, but are these ski areas just completely shielded with immunity? And it turns out they're not in the case of gross negligence or negligence.
So I did a little bit of research, and I used a couple of resources I want to acknowledge here. The Colorado Sun and Denver 7 ABC are some of the places I got some of the information, but the Colorado Supreme Court ruled in a 5-2 decision, so this is not unanimous, just to be clear, that ski areas can't use liability waivers to get out of negligence claims. Specifically, the statutes at issue were two of the heavyweights that the Colorado ski industry relies on for regulations, and that's the Colorado Ski Safety Act and the Passenger Tramway Safety Act. And specifically, the Supreme Court noted that not included in the definition of inherent risks are chairlift accidents. And that the court majority ruled that the Ski Safety Act and the Passenger Tramway Safety Act create a legal framework to protect against the types of injuries, damages, and losses that a young 16-year-old girl, Annie Miller, who fell from 30 feet from a chairlift in Crested Butte, suffered. And because of that, the majority found that Crested Butte was trying to waive any kind of potential negligence that they should be held accountable for. The decision by the Supreme Court ruled that Annie Miller's case, which was in 2022, was the first time ever that a decision against liability waivers was had. And it meant that now that case is able to go ahead in the court. And it's basically saying that negligence, you can still expect to get hit on the slope by another skier and you can't sue the resort for that. But if there is, like in Annie Miller's case, they recognized she was having a problem getting on the chair at the time that the lift left, and her dad was yelling, a whole bunch of other people were yelling, stop the lift, stop the lift. They didn't stop the lift. The dad had to ride all the way to the top and come back down to get his daughter, and they never stopped the lift at any point. And so what they're really saying, that she now has the right to fight the case. And in the Denver ABC 7 article that I found, she said that while she never wanted to be part of a landmark decision, she is glad she was able to fight for the safety of others. She says, I love helping others. And if this is one way I can make a difference, then I'm going to do it, especially since this is where I am now. And she's 18 now, a quadriplegic in wheelchairs.
Man, I personally think the Supreme Court erred on the right side of this one, or didn't err, whatever you want to call it. But you know what argument the ski industry no longer has? This is going to raise prices. That's moot. Like, they raised prices as if they were getting sued all along. More than several ski areas this year will have $299 tickets. I saw that today, and I can't remember what ski areas it was, but 2 ski areas today announced $299 day lift tickets.
Well, the hope, though, is that with accountability comes greater safety, that now that they recognize that they don't just have free reign to do whatever, maybe they have better training for their lifties, maybe they have better, just procedures put in place. And I remember years ago, I'm sure you do too, the young girl who was hit by a snowmobile, and her family wasn't able to do anything. I don't remember the details of that case, but you think about how
on the mountain,
yeah,
operational snowmobile, and lost their claim because the ski area claimed that they were protected by a waiver and won. And so I don't know that this is going to change anything. I think in this person's case, they're going to get the financial support they need because it's a lifelong injury, obviously. But is it going to change anything industry-wide? No, I personally don't think so. I think it might improve safety a little bit. It might put a little more skin in the game. Again, we're not talking about mom and pop ski areas anymore. And all of these waivers and all these protections were designed around when, like, Arapahoe Basin was owned by the Durant's family. And it's now owned by a gigantic publicly traded corporation. I guess I don't know if Alterra is publicly traded, but Vail Resorts is, because I'm one of their unhappy shareholders. I know it's a tough week for stocks in general, but
I'll be curious to see if the ski areas do the right thing or if they drag this out and try and bleed people dry that make claims. Like, if there's gross negligence, instead of taking this to court for 5 years and they can afford it, they can afford the lawyers, maybe these families can't, or they just settle and say, hey, yeah, there was gross negligence, we're gonna, here you go, take care of you.
Well, and in this case, like specifically in Annie Miller's case, they were yelling immediately from when that chairlift went up that there was a problem, and they didn't stop it until ever. But she fell when she got to the first
maintain tower.
It was like 35 feet in the air.
What?
It was like 30, 35 feet in the air. It wasn't, it took a little while.
And,
Yeah.
and me and Melinda have a little experience with stuff like this, that we once saw a guy get off with a fanny pack and went around the bowl wheel hanging and then drug through the rocks and then went elevated again because the thing, and that's about, and we were with one of the mountain managers at Arapahoe Basin that was able to, he was almost to the stop button when the lift op figured out what was going on. And so, and then another one, which is one of my favorite ski accidents, is when 12 people tried to get on a 6-man chair at Keystone and only like 4 of us survived. I was one of the lucky ones that got on the chair, but
Dude, you're always one of the lucky ones. I always get smashed on my face when something like that happens and you just skate right through.
yeah, and this is real advice here. Like, lifts, skiing is inherently dangerous. I think we all agree with that. Avalanches, buried hazards like rocks and stuff, but probably nowhere is it more dangerous than getting on and off the lift, because it's this gigantic mechanical, hundreds of tons of steel and cables and all. I mean, you think about it, and I think people kind of just forget that it's one of the times that it's time to cut the conversation and pay attention and get on the lift, put the bar down, and then you can go back to talking about cats and dogs and stuff. But it's one of the places where every day we go skiing, we see somebody get
Annihilated.
Yeah, destroyed. And more so with these 6 and 8-man chairs. I think it's just the volume of people, but the Super B, how many people choke up past the line that says wait here, and then they take a chairlift to the face and they're shocked. I will say our friends at Copper Mountain and the Super B are aware of that, and they are on top of things. Like, they see you go across that line, they stop the chair and make you look like a fool. So, but anyway, back to the subject. I think the Supreme Court made the right decision, and hopefully we can all work together as end users, skiers, to take some responsibility. We're on the mountain, and then mega corporations take some responsibility for us when we're not, unfortunately. We probably just, at least we don't have ski passes to get canceled yet.
At least there's that.
Whoever doesn't cancel our ability to purchase ski passes, that's where we purchase the ski passes.
And you know what ski pass you're not getting this year?
What's that?
The Indy Pass is sold out.
Sold
Really?
out.
Sold
Oh,
out.
You can get on a wait list, but you're
Good
not
for them.
buying it. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
So what's the Indy Pass?
not the places we ski.
Go listen to episode, I think it's 6, Dylan. We go through all the passes.
Yeah, I just don't remember Indy.
You weren't on that one. Don't worry about it. He clearly doesn't listen to the
Maybe
podcast.
some other people didn't listen to episode 6.
Well, they can go listen to episode 6.
Go listen to episode 6.
And we'll probably recap ski passes when we get a little bit closer to November and they start coming to the end of the line of when they're available and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we got to talk about here? We're going to wrap this up. We knew doing a ski podcast in the summer was a terrible idea.
How about Segundo?
Yeah.
Colorado's oldest chairlift to be shut down after this season.
And did I saw it, and Ryan was gracious enough to put together notes for the podcast. Did I see it's in Glenwood Springs now?
Yeah, it was installed in Aspen in the 50s, 1954, and then moved to Sunlight Mountain in 1973. And that's where it resides today, and they're going to shut it down and replace it after the 25 season. Which I thought was interesting. I kind of just Googled. Ski Magazine has skimag.com has a bunch of cool articles in the summer about what's going on for next season. That's where I grabbed a bunch of this information. So,
yeah, and I see in your notes also, and it's been years since I've skied there, but Monarch Mountain is planning to expand their skiable terrain by 50%.
yeah, just about.
And I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before. Cat skiing at Monarch is the best skiing I've ever done in my life. And so if any of this terrain is places where they used to take us cat skiing.
It's all where they used to.
Yeah. And there's a run there called Dogs Run Free, which is easily my favorite ski run of all time at Monarch Mountain cat skiing. So kudos to that. And in general, I'm against just unnecessary growth at ski areas. But a lot of these little ones like Monarch Mountain and Eldora, it doesn't rub my fur the wrong way like it is when Vail's like, we need to expand into 3 more states and make it the biggest ski area in the galaxy.
Yeah.
So, some more of Ryan's ski notes. Atomic updates the bent shelter line with an eco-friendly materials. I'm calling BS on eco-friendly materials. I know nothing else, but too often in the industries we work in, that's not is exactly, they're like, these are made from recycled bottle caps. And what they mean is they took the bottle caps to the dump and
they made new bottle caps of the right amount of plastic they needed and then turned those into skis.
Exactly. But if you're from Atomic, it's one ski I've always wanted to buy, but I don't buy full price skis. Yeah. And because they're in such high demand, that's pretty much the only way to get them. Yeah. I'd love to hear how they're eco-friendly, because a lot of things that are labeled eco-friendly are not these days.
Yeah, and they went with the new tip and tail free ride specific design, which I feel like everyone's going to the free ride big mountain style of skis, at least from the new stuff. I glanced at it briefly, but seems like everyone's going fatter, wider, bigger mountain. It's a generalization, but from what I saw, it seems like a lot of people are going that direction with their designs, which I love.
I'm going to try to go back out on a 98 underfoot this year, which I didn't ski a lot of big powder days last year, and the couple that I did, I had my 116 underfoot. And that's my plan this year, is to ski on skinny skis, skinny-ish. I mean, 98 underfoot isn't exactly a skinny ski.
Perfect.
Right.
But ski on that 90% of the time, and then if there's over like 12 inches, go with the
116?
The big daddies, the 116s.
The Deb Armstrong skis.
The Deb Armstrong skis. Yeah, I mean, and again, we just talk about the same stuff. She complained that too many people were skiing on fat skis, and not because they could, because they saw other influencers like Brian skiing on them.
Because they're cool. And looking cool is what skiing's about.
Wait a minute. Ryan is an influencer?
He's part of the How to Ski It podcast.
What bad influence? I don't know that I'm an influencer.
Ryan doesn't like to turn, so it's not really relevant.
Yeah. More surface area, faster.
Has anybody coined the phrase bad influencer? Like, I get bad influence but everyone's like, so. I'm an influencer, and be like, I'm a bad influencer.
That's a great idea.
Come on, Marcus. You can go down rock chutes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Drinking before you ski is a great idea.
All right, now Rock Island.
Hashtag bad influencer.
Bad influencer. So we're getting closer. I hope it's a good year. Sorry to waste your time with this podcast, because it's hard in the summer, because
it is hard.
I don't feel that same passion about skiing, which I know I have, and it hasn't waned. It's just not around in the summer. In fact, the whole time we're talking about skiing, I'm thinking about riding my bike this afternoon.
Man, for me,
I'm just waiting
realized
to ask who's riding their bikes today.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 of 5.
I think the Olympics
I'm going
don't
out
help
drinking
either.
with the girls.
Oh, hell yeah. Watching the Olympics, the Summer Olympics right now, doesn't help my motivation for skiing either.
See, this year is the first time where I've been like, man, if I could just every day I go skiing, I would. If I could travel the world and ski, if I could not travel the world but somehow ski all summer, I wish I was skiing right now. I wish I could ski instead of going riding my bike. I'm so all in on skiing right now.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy that makes me happy to hear. I'm a little bit on the other side of the fence. If A Basin was 100% open right now, I would not go skiing. It's just too nice out. I don't know.
I would love to ski right now.
I need cold weather to motivate me, but come November, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
This was nice to shake the cobwebs off, though. I'll tell you what.
We'll call this the burner episode.
So there are things called bad influencers. There's a podcast. There's even a Netflix series. I just thought I would let you know. I did a little Googlage on that.
Yeah, they stole that idea from us.
And then bad influencers are also people who are reluctant to give away their metrics. They might be buying followers.
In the name of bad influencers, why don't we go around the room and give some bad influencing advice? Marcus, go ahead. He's laughing.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on here.
That is definitely bad influence advice. Mel, top that. I don't think anybody's
all I wanted to say is like, does your mom? I think we all determined our parents don't listen to this, so that's probably an okay like bad influence. You know what? I don't have bad influence advice. I've been married to you too long. All of my stuff is the anti whatever you think is the right thing. But I would like to say to all of those who are racing Leadville this weekend, good luck. Get the belt buckle. I have faith in you.
I guess this whole bad influence shtick didn't pan out, Ryan.
Well, I was going to say, righty tighty, go find your skis and crank those dins to 12. You'll be fine.
Crank the din to 12. Dylan?
Trust everything you see on social media.
Drink and ski.
Yeah.
Or don't zipper merge. Oh, here's some bad influence advice. When you get to Bakerville, get off on the frontage road and speed.
We're gonna pass on the right this year.
Pass on the right.
Camp in the left. Pass on the right.
More bad influence. You don't need to wear a helmet.
Don't tie your shoes.
Don't buckle your boots.
Don't buckle your boots.
Don't look over your shoulder when merging.
Skiing in jeans is fine.
Headphones on.
Fly blind off catwalks.
Dude, yes. I'll second that.
All right.
They say high speed, low control, safety third.
Hey, no more bad influence. Everything that has just been said is a no. Is a no. No from all of you. All of those things were no.
Leave your snowboard buckled on the lift.
Except for the shtick about
and drinking and skiing.
Follow us on socials at How to Ski It, Reddit, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Search out 500 Cats podcast.
And be sure to leave a comment when you get there. We want to know that you found it.